Welcome to the Flex instructions. The first question we're going to address is, how can I tell if my holster is going to fit the Flex? The holster mounting holes on the Flex are 5/8 of an inch on center, which means that if it came with your holster came with any of this kind of popular hardware, it's going to fit the Flex. So first things first, I'm going to show you how to set the holster up on the Flex. Your Flex comes with a hardware kit, which includes one grip hook, one soft loop with included hardware, and then 8 screws, 8 posts, 8 rubber bushings, and 2 finish washers. What you're going to do is you're going to take all these contents of the kit out, locate the 2 black plastic finish washers. They've got like a little collar where the holster hardware is going to recess into them, and set them aside here. For demonstration purpose, we're just going to use a skeleton holster. You're going to pull the screws out the back, and if you're left-handed, just flip it over. It's ambidextrous. Take these guys, and you're going to set them into the finish washers, and then you're going to put the finish washers through the back of the Flex, like so. Take the holster, set it on top, take the spacer, set it on top of there, take your strut with the posts, put it through the outboard holes, bring it over the face into the spacer, capturing the material so it, on the skeleton holster, you're going to want this to sort of wrap around the muzzle a little bit. If you're dealing with a bigger holster like a Spotlight or an Eidolon or something that's got full muzzle coverage but might be a little bit bigger than all of this, you don't necessarily need to accomplish the wrap as much as you need to just ensure that it's secured. Now we're going to tighten that up, like so, and your holster is captured. Now for the rest of this, installing soft pouches on this is pretty straightforward. The soft pouches just weave through the slots, and there's nothing you really need to worry about in terms of that. When you're installing things through the holes, however, there are some strategies for that we're going to go over quickly right now. Now, you've got posts, screws, and rubber bushings. Now, what you want to do is whenever you're installing like a clip or a loop or like a sheath or a hard magazine carrier to this, you're going to want to insulate that with a rubber spacer. So, post goes through the back. For example, we'll just set this up with a clip. Post goes through the back. Bushings go over that. And then screws go through like such. If you've got something like a magazine carrier where the hardware passes through the interior of the mag carrier, you can put the screws through the back of the Flex and the posts through the magazine carrier, but still always insulate with the rubber bushings. And there's your clip with the bushings in between. Your soft loop is going to come with its own specific hardware segregated to it. Same thing's going to apply. You can install clip or loop or both, depending on how you want to set this up. Post goes through the back, like so. Bushing goes over that, like so. And the loop installs all right, so that's installed. We'll just give that a little snap real quick, like that. Now, when you're installing something like a sheath onto here, you want to make sure that it's not just installed in one location, or that it's all at the bottom. You kind of want to spread the installation out over the surface of the sheath to give it stability. And depending on how tight the sheath is, you may want to consider either installing the belt attachment hardware through the sheath itself, or installing the sheath proximal to the belt attachment hardware for extra stability, so you don't get you run into any kind of trouble with that. So you want to make sure that the attachment is distributed over the face of the sheath, and you want to make sure that depending on how tight your sheath is, that it's getting all the stability that you want out of it. So you're going to want to experiment with placement and where the hardware goes, and sometimes you can put the hardware through the component itself. So like if you had a magazine carrier, you could attach the magazine carrier on the outboard side here and keep the loop on the mag carrier so it behaves the same way the holster does, kind of on the opposite side of the flex. If all you want to do is install one item, you can just trim it with scissors. If you want to cut off any part of it, you can cut it up. It trims with regular household scissors, so it's not like you need shears or anything special for it. That's pretty much the rundown on the setting up the flex. If you have any questions, please send us an email at info@filserholsters.com, and we're going to have a flex users group, so you can participate with other flex owners, do troubleshooting, share your setups, and share the different ways that you come up with to cleverly configure your flex. So thanks very much, and please let us know how it works for you.